Hey, and welcome back to Sports Around the Bar. I'm Drew. This is Jake. We're doing Week 9 previews of all the games. It's going to be good.
A lot of starting quarterbacks coming back this week from injury. We're going to talk about all those games and more right now on Sports Around the Bar.
We're getting an early start to No Shave November here, as you can tell. We haven't shaved.
Coming in nicely, let me tell you.
But before we get into the games, we do got to go over the rules of both flags. You want to get into it?
We have both two challenge flags that we get to throw. When there's a game that you just have to talk more about, or if you need more than those 60 seconds, the challenge flag makes up for that and lets us go break the rules a little bit and talk more about a game. But only get two each.
And it's also a challenge where you just couldn't get over the fact that the guy said that your team or that team was good or not good. You got to say something about it. You challenge it.
We also have the penalty flag that can come out when we're being too negative on one team for any period of time. Usually you throw those against somebody else, but we've had a couple self-flags here recently.
Self-penalizing.
Just to get us back talking about, some positives of these teams. Surely there's something nice to say about all of these teams.
Absolutely.
Anyway, as we get into this, Drew, thanks for locking my phone.
I didn't lock it. You locked it. You get it. You get to go first.
That's right.
I went first last week, so... Are you ready?
Thursday night, man. Great game coming up. I'm excited for this one because it shouldn't be. Usually a team has 2 wins. I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway.
If you're ready,
I'm ready.
The Ravens going on the road to face the Miami Dolphins. Your time starts now.
Battle of the 2-win teams. These should not be an exciting matchups. And most years when you get to week 9 and these teams have 2 wins, they're not very exciting matchups. But the Ravens get Lamar Jackson coming back. It seems almost like a sure thing when you hear the way that Harbaugh talked about it. This offense for the Ravens has been carrying this team. Their defense is atrocious, and they're going to need him this week as well, as they're 13th in points for still, even with backup quarterbacks carrying them over the past, 4 weeks now. They're going to need that offense against a team in Miami that doesn't do anything well pretty much at all. I mean, -5 in turnover differential right now, 26 in points allowed, 21st in points for. There's just not a lot to say positive about them, except that their starting quarterback is still playing in Miami, so they still got that puncher's chance against a bad defense that the Ravens have, giving up 30 points a game, which is 30th in the league. Give me the Ravens here. That 7.5-point line scares me a little bit, but if we get Lamar back and he's healthy and ready to go, I think they're going to hit it. I'll take the Ravens and the points if Lamar plays. If not, give me the Dolphins covering that line, but still losing the game.
Oof,
that's close. I think it was half a second over.
Half a second over. Still good though, man. Still good. I got the next game. It's gonna be a good one. I think. We'll see.
Is it? Drew, after last week, let's talk about the Chicago Bears going on the road to face the Cincinnati Bengals. Your time starts right now.
3-5, in my opinion, for the Bengals does not take them out of playoff contention. So they have to start winning these games. They're must win. I know we said that last week, but you got to keep thinking about it. You got to win games. I know I was like, throw the ball to Chase as many times as you possibly can. 19 times was his target last week. You got to spread the ball out. You got to get the run game going. You got to spread the ball out. T. Higgins should not have only 2 looks at his way. He should get more. Joe Flacco is playing well, but let's do a little bit better there. Let's try to get the whole team involved. Bears coming off of realistically an embarrassing loss to the Ravens. That's something that should never have happened to them. That defense is depleted of playmakers. Bears, you had 4 games in a row. How could you drop one to the Ravens like that? Caleb has to play better. That's my opinion. That's where it starts. It starts with the leader of that offense. Start playing better, because 258 yards and 1 interception is not a good look for that kind of bad defense. That's all I had. I'm taking the Bengals to win this game on the at home field advantage.
I got to talk about this one more in depth. I'm starting us off early with the challenge flags, Drew. I always do this. I always get myself into trouble because I burn my challenge flags early. But I need to talk about both of these teams, because both of them realistically are coming off embarrassing loss. When you talk about the totally defeated Jets playing against the Cincinnati Bengals last week, and they had, a 2-score lead at one point going in the fourth quarter.
Something like that.
And the Jets came back to beat them. This is a situation where it's like, okay, we brought Flacco in to tread water and hope that our season doesn't come to an end as we're waiting for Joe Burrow to come back, and yet you have this embarrassing loss on the record now. I know they stepped up and won a game on I don't think it was Thursday, but when they beat the Steelers, that was an important win for them to stay alive in the divisional race. Are they still alive, Drew? Because, this team is just confounding me. We were they're dead in the water. Then they beat the Steelers, and we're now they're back. And then they lose to the Jets, who, that's their first win of the season. What What are the Cincinnati Bengals right now?
I know. I'm going to contradict myself later on where I say a 2-5 team is out of the playoff contentions, but I just feel like what the Bengals are, if they can win and keep it close, especially in the AFC this year, outside of the Colts, I mean, no one's blowing it out of the water. I mean, you got the Bears. You have the Bills, who have 2 losses. So if you can keep your losses to a minimum, you could get into a wild card position.
And it feels like the North is just open, doesn't it?
I mean, that was my next point, but yes, absolutely.
The Steelers just aren't that dominant, like, leading force that, considering that Burrow has been out and the Ravens have been missing Lamar and the Cleveland doesn't have a quarterback. You've had your quarterback the entire time, and yet you're 4-3. It really doesn't feel like this is a runaway like it should be. I mean, all of these teams are in the basement. So you're saying Cincinnati's still alive? Or
I don't see them winning the division. I still think that's the Steelers.
Sure.
I really do think that. I just think it's a playoff. It's a possibility, but you can't lose games like this. You can't lose the Bears.
No, I totally agree. And let's talk about the Bears, though, because just coming off that Ravens loss, Drew, this is supposed to be a team that, if nothing else, the offense is fixed, right? We brought in Jonah Jackson to play guard. We brought in Joe Thuney to fix our offensive line. So 2 big acquisitions on the offensive line, as well as those receivers that seem to be coming along, where you have DJ Moore and then you have Rome Odunze, the other Rome.
Yeah.
It's just a situation where, okay, we paid Ben Johnson all this money to be our head coach. We're playing against a defense that's giving up 30 points a game, and we're losing to a backup quarterback. I mean, there's weeks you don't get off the bus, Drew, but what I'm trying not to swear here. What was that?
It's actually their 3rd string because somehow they put Cooper Rush in the 2nd position. So that's even kind of worse if you think about that. In the Tyler,
it's a 2 and a 2A situation.
Tyler Huntley should have been the backup. I'm just throwing that out there. And yeah, man, it's embarrassing. That's the best way to put it. 4 wins in a row, and I said it last week. This should be a game where you're blowing the Ravens out of the water to Bears. Like, how you have to beat this team and not just beat them by a score, multiple scores, and they couldn't do it. It's disappointing.
I totally agree. And the Bears have stiffer competition they're trying to keep up with. And you talk about how the Packers are playing, when you talk about how the Lions are playing.
Yeah.
You can't drop games against 3rd string, quote unquote. Pro Bowl. How many teams have 3rd string Pro Bowl appearing?
Yeah.
Appearing.
After 10 quarterbacks decline going.
Still. He made it. That's all that matters. They don't ask you how, Drew. They ask you how many. Yeah.
Or did you get the invite at all?
Oh, it's hard to say that the Bears are a contender when you drop games like that. But this could just be the first steps or the first stumbling blocks of a rebuild that realistically has been pretty good up to this point this season, right?
Yeah.
So, is the season over for whoever loses this game? Just final point here as we move on. Is the season over for whoever loses this in this particular spot?
Man, it doesn't. Yeah, probably. It doesn't look good if one of these teams take a loss.
Must win then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It really is. I know 4-4 wouldn't like kill the season for the Bears, but it's pretty much a dagger.
I agree.
The NFC is just too tough.
I agree.
We got to move on, man.
I'm ready, if you are at least.
Yeah, absolutely. You got a really good matchup, man.
I felt better about it beforehand, but
no, it's gonna be a good matchup. It really is because I think both these teams played very well against each other. You got the Vikings go on the road to face the Detroit Lions. Your time starts now.
I felt a lot better about the Vikings until they played the Chargers. I mean, are we going to get the Vikings that shoulda, woulda, coulda beat the Eagles, or are we getting them that didn't get off the bus against the Chargers? Now it happens in the NFL. You know, it's why we love this game so much. It's any given Sunday. You never know what performance is going to be, but it's got to be a lot better if they're going to beat this Lions team. That when you go down the list, Drew, there's not much that they don't do well. +6 turnover differential puts them 5th in the league. They're 8th in yards against on defense. They're 8th in yards, 4 on offense. They score points. They keep teams off the board. The Vikings are going to have their work cut out for them, especially if J.J. McCarthy returns. Now, this isn't as much of a sure thing as it was with Lamar, but it sounds like he might play. They're kind of hemming and hawing. I don't think they know exactly what they want to do, but bringing in McCarthy, who has struggled in the first part of his season and then missed a big chunk of time due to injury, going to face this Detroit team, it's just too tall of an order. Detroit's going to win this thing, man. 8.5 points. Give me the Lions and the points. They're going to win and cover.
Nice.
Not for them.
I wanted to challenge because I wanted to talk more, but I'm not going to. I'm going to save it.
See, it doesn't help you too much if you get to the end of the show, Drew, and you're still sitting on those challenges. You got to burn them, man. You got to burn them.
I can't do it. I do want to talk about it so bad. Oh, okay, we got to move on.
That's okay. We have another fantastic matchup coming up. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Because you get the Carolina Panthers, which never mind. I'm not allowed to talk about it.
You're not.
Carolina Panthers going on the road to face the Green Bay Packers. I guess you get to talk a little bit. Your time starts right now.
Will Bryce Young be ready? They need him ready. We were wrong about Andy Dalton. I was wrong about Andy Dalton. We were not just wrong. We were terribly wrong.
We?
Oh, man. Why not feed the beast? Why are you not giving the ball to Rico Dowdle more? 8 carries is not enough. You have to feed him. He's your best player on offense. Give him the ball, especially when your quarterback's out. If Bryce Young is ready, I think it kind of changes a little bit of what's going on in this game. It doesn't matter. Packers are going to win. It just depends on how much. The question is, a 12.5-point spread seems like a lot for a team that doesn't blow out a bunch of teams. They keep a lot of games really close. They seem to get down, and then they come back up. I don't know. It seems like a lot to me. We kind of talked about it before this. It seems like a lot. Love balled out last week. I know it didn't look all good the whole entire game. 360 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. He's going to do that again against a team like this. Again, I'm taking the Packers. Big win.
Awesome. Even came in under time. Nope. You don't run over like I do.
It would have been worse if I didn't laugh and crack up in the middle of it, but we're good.
I broke the rules too. I was supposed to shut up. But I definitely, editor, can we double check this? I definitely said Andy Dalton was not the guy last week. So when you're like, we said that, hold on a minute. No, we did not. I want to see the Bills defense step up and embarrass the Panthers and their backup quarterback here. Nothing against the Panthers. It's Andy Dalton. We've seen this all before, the song and dance. This should be a blowout, and I think the Bills are going to get over that 7.5-point line. I don't like taking more than a touchdown games, but I'm going to here just because I don't believe in Andy Dalton.
And
Rico Dowdle isn't good enough. The ball. I should say Rico Dowdle isn't good enough to take this game over and win it anyway.
No trust in the savvy veteran of Andy Dalton. None at all. Not even a little bit. He's been in the system for a while.
I love savvy veterans until they face franchise quarterbacks.
I'll talk about it a little bit more. I can. It's my show too. All I said was it's not going to be that bad. It was bad.
He's bad.
Like, it wasn't. We both said they weren't going to win. Andy Dalton was the answer.
But how do you not ride the hot hand in Rico Dowdle? Like you said, 8 carries is ridiculous. I know you like Chuba Hubbard, but like when you've got this guy that's running wild, you just keep feeding him.
Yeah, what is wrong with your offensive call? Anyways.
We got to trust that Dave Canales knows more about it than we do. When I said we both
said, it wasn't like Andy Dalton's going to win. We just like, it's going to be okay, right?
I definitely didn't say that. I said it was going to be terrible, but that's okay. That's okay.
Well,
I was like, I've seen this song and dance before.
These beers are making me forget.
You never listen to me anyway, right?
Forgot what I had for dinner. All right, man. Our next matchup. Oh, man. You're excited for this one.
I get to talk about my team.
Calm down.
I know.
You get the Chargers going on the road to face the Tennessee Titans. Your time starts now.
Oh, my goodness. I don't even know you can call this a matchup. Like, this is a foregone conclusion. The Titans have won 1 game, and they needed not 1 miracle, but 2 to beat the Arizona Cardinals when you consider their running back chucked a touchdown out of the back of the end zone before crossing the line, and they needed an interception fumbled in the end zone that they recovered for a touchdown somehow to beat the Cardinals close. They're not going to do it this week. I mean, you look statistically, what can I say about the Titans that isn't just rude? 32nd in offense in both yards and scoring, in the low 20s on defense and all their metrics. They turn the ball over too much. They don't take it away enough. The Chargers are coming off cruising and destroying the Vikings, who are better than the Titans in almost every facet. The only thing you hope for as the Titans is that Cam Ward continues to progress a little bit and you get a decent showing out of him. It's not been good. And it's going to continue to not be good. As for the Chargers, this is an important win. Put it away. You're still trying to stay out in front of the Chiefs, and that's not an easy feat to do. Win these games and look good doing it. They're going to cover. They're going to win. Yada, yada, yada.
That's good. You got your time. I am penalizing you because you said, what can I say nice about the Titans? And then you never said anything nice about the Titans.
I couldn't come up with it.
You got to say something nice about the Titans.
They still have 3 rookies out of the 4th round that look like they're progressing. I don't think they'll ever be superstars, but I think they'll be quality, like, depth pieces for this team. So it's like, okay, if we get the superstar in front of them.
Building blocks.
Yeah, exactly. Role players. Yeah. It has a negative connotation, but that's kind of what they are.
I mean, you can't build a tower without a good structure.
Rome wasn't built in a day, right? And the Titans are arguably at the bottom of this rebuild, where it's like you probably need just about everything.
Absolutely. Move on.
I'm ready. We have a matchup of 2 teams that, again, Super Bowl connotations once upon a time, Drew. This time, a little bit less on the line, but still an interesting matchup when you consider what these two teams have done this year. You get the Atlanta Falcons going on the road to face the New England Patriots, and your time starts right now.
Penix is day-to-day with a knee injury. It kind of flared up in the week. I know last week we talked about Cousins possibly playing, and if he played, we thought it'd go well. Well, it didn't go well at all. He's going to get, if Cousins does get a go, he's going to get a full week with the number ones. I think that's going to make a difference in Cousins. He's not that bad of a quarterback. The other thing is London was out, and that was like the day of with a hip. He's still day-to-day, so that's a question. Can he be ready? Regardless if it's Penix or Cousins, you need London there. This is going to be a tough game because they're going against the Patriots, in my opinion, is the best coached team in the NFL. Their defense is 6th in points. Their offense is 5th in points. They look like a team to be reckoned with. If it wasn't for the Colts, I would say this is the best team in the NFL right now, which is crazy for me to think about. Vrabel is doing a great job. May looking like the real deal. Keep pushing it, man. Do more and more every week. May, you're doing good. I'm going to take the Patriots to win this game.
There was some challenge bait in there. There's some stuff I was like, I would really love to comment on this, but I can't. Not allowed. The only thing I will break the rules for is I want to ask you really quick about this game. Do you think we might be in for a Flacco-esque recovery if Cousins plays again? Because we said the same thing about Flacco. He came in, very short week, looked awful, and then the next week with the full thing in practice? Yeah, I'm just trying to expound a little bit. Yeah. Do you think that Cousins could have the same kind of bounce back where week 2 looks a lot better than week 1?
Oh, absolutely. That's what I just yeah. He got, like a couple of days, if that, because when we recorded the show last week, Penix was going to play.
Yeah.
And then later on in the week, it surprised us that Cousins was going to step up. When you're a second string and a third string, and realistically, agree with it or not, Penix is considered their quarterback of the future. You're not going to get Cousins and your backups a lot of time with the ones. You just don't.
Right.
Even though Cousins should know this, it seems like that short week hurt. Get a full week with the ones. Cousins will be better. I'm not saying they're going to beat the Patriots, but it'll be a better outing than what we saw.
I agree. Ready to move on?
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's your turn.
That was it right there on the top. I moved it for you.
Oh, my God, it's your turn. Oh, man. You get the San Francisco 49ers to go on the road to face the New York Giants. Your time starts now.
Purdy might come back for this one, too, and I think this is where the most interesting storyline for the 49ers season kind of continues, where, we just paid Brock Purdy. I've been notoriously down on him, but then we've seen some good performances out of Mac Jones, who's coming as a free agent. I want to see a big leap for a guy who's making $52 million a year over what we saw out of Mac Jones. If he does play in this one, especially against the Giants, who are 29th in yards allowed and 27th in points allowed on defense, this is a susceptible team. I know it's your first week back. We just said about Cousins, where sometimes it takes more time. I want to see more out of Purdy early because you're a $52 million man and supposed to be a franchise quarterback. This is a matchup where the Giants, now without Cam Skattebo, are they going to have the offensive firepower to keep up with a very solid defense here for the 49ers that are, even though the yards look bad, they're only allowing 20 points a game, which puts them in 8th position. That's the most important stat, is how many points do you actually allow on the board. The 49ers have had a good defense. They're going to win this game relatively comfortably. They're going to cover that 2.5-point line, too.
I'm going to challenge this because I just think it's a game we're talking about. Just with, the hype of what Jackson Dart and Skattebo brought to the NFL for the Giants, and then you saw Skattebo go out with a dislocated ankle. And shout-outs to
brutal, by the way.
Shout-outs to the head of security of the Philadelphia Eagles. He showed up at the hospital giving flowers and pizza to Skattebo's family and stuff like that, and congratulating the guy for everything he's done in a short season, and hoping all well going forward. That speaks a lot.
Classy. It's classy.
It is a classy move. No, this is an interesting game because the defense of the Giants isn't good. But what is good is their pass rush. And if you bring in Brock Purdy and he's not 100% healthy, you're in trouble. Brian Burns is a complete stud. I think he's leading the league in the sacks. I'm not for sure. Anyways, he's close to it. And it's a game where it's like,
This is a question for the editor, because I don't know off the top of my head either.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's close. Yeah. But either way, if I'm right or wrong, doesn't matter. The guy's still a complete stud.
He's all right.
If Purdy's not 100%, is it worth bringing him in to play a defense like this where you do have two good ends on the defense that are probably going to put a lot of pressure on that quarterback? And it could agitate this injury.
Well, with Mac Jones, I don't think the answer is yes to that. I think Purdy,
exactly what I'm saying.
3 out of my 4 games have had starting quarterbacks, quote unquote, returning from injury. I think this is the one that probably is the most in doubt. And I also think that, yeah, you're probably better off being in a situation of like, well, we have Mac Jones, and he's been playing all right. We've been winning games. We should beat this Giants team. Like, this might be the week that you're like, just give it another week for Purdy and let him come back later.
Wait until you're 100% healthy.
And like you said, don't put him up against this firing squad that has Kayvon Thibodeau, that has Brian Burns, like you said, as well as their rookie edge rusher, Carter. Yes, thank you, Abdul Carter. I was again having that COVID fog brain there for a second. Could see his face, couldn't come up with the name. A lot of firepower rushing the passer, especially when you consider Dexter Lawrence in the middle of the defense as well. A lot of great talent on that defensive line. Sit this one out if you don't have to. I mean, it's not like Mac Jones is playing bad, and I think the big worry is that, well, he's not playing much different than our $52 million man.
He didn't play great last week, but he's not.
There's been some up and down.
Yeah.
But I also think with the injuries you've had on this team, up and down is kind of expected at this point. You know, not many teams can survive losing your star tight end, who's probably your best offensive weapon outside of McCaffrey, your best receiving option, I should say, left for this team. I mean, Ayuk has missed time. It's a group that hasn't been healthy.
This was the week they were targeting for Ayuk to come back.
Yeah.
I don't know if he is. Did you know that or not?
Not off the top of my head. The editor will help us. Yeah. Even they need him.
They need him.
And it's one of those situations where, even though I don't think Ayuk is a superstar wide receiver, I think when you put him in an offense, yes, and when you put him in an offense that's schemed this well, you can make him look like one. So if he's not ready to go, that would be even more reason to trot Mac Jones out there and say, well, Mac, be our punching bag one more time here, buddy. And then maybe Purdy comes in next week when we're facing a defense that's not quite so bad, or quite so prolific at rushing the passer.
Correct. Yeah. All right, man. We just keep on moving.
Let's do it. We get your hottest team in the NFL as they go on the road. The Indianapolis Colts go on the road to face a less hot team in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Drew, your time starts right now.
The Colts are the real deal. In my opinion, they are the best team in the NFL right now. Jonathan Taylor is playing at an elite level. Last week, he did 153 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 1 touchdown in the air. I know you were weeping about that.
Does it even count?
It does. It does. They're first in yards, first in points, in offense, leading in NFL in both those categories. Daniel Jones has led the Colts to the best record in the NFL, also at 7-1. There is no other team that has that record. All the credit goes to that team offensively. I lost my place, my points. All right, here we are. What do the Steelers need to do to fix what's going on, fix their woes? In my opinion, is run the rock. You have Warren, you have Gainwell. Use them, utilize them. Yes, you like Aaron Rodgers. Yes, you like DK Metcalf. You like what you're seeing there. Aaron Rodgers is like 16 touchdowns for the year. I'm picking the Colts to win this game, but if the Steelers are gonna do anything, they got to run the rock.
Okay.
I lost my thought.
I think you're there without like this. You know, you had the bit of a stumble in the middle. I think you would have hit the minute if we didn't lose our place, and I totally get it,
dude.
I totally get it.
It's a page of words.
I know. It comes at you fast, too.
It does.
That minute, I always look down when I'm doing these, and I'm like, 47 seconds have already gone off, and I've said about half of what I want to. I just need to get my Ben Shapiro voice going. And then the Steelers... Yeah, so
Screw that guy.
We'll work on
he's
that.
Great.
We'll work on that.
I'm putting my pen where I can point to where I'm next.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Speaking of next,
you got...
turning the page here, Drew. Who do I have?
You got a good game here.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is.
You got the Denver Broncos going on the road to face the Houston Texans. Your time starts now.
Back from the dead, the Houston Texans are going to continue to challenge for the AFC South in the division. I think they won't win because of the way the Colts have played, but I think when we get to the end of the season, they might be biting at their heels a little bit, maybe make this race a little bit closer. This is the best defense in football. They give up the fewest yards. They give up the fewest points. 14 points a game sounds like a stat from something from like 2009 that a defense gives up. But that's where the Houston Texans are in 2025 when offense is so much easier than it used to be. The Broncos aren't so bad either. 5th in both of their categories, both in yards and points. This is a matchup that I bet you're going to see very few points go on the board, especially considering Stroud has struggled. Broncos have been better on offense than the Texans have, but I still think they're going to struggle against this defense that has pretty much put everybody through the ringer when they go and face them. this is a tough one to call. Texans are a 1.5-point favorite. I like the Broncos not only to cover, but to win this one, even on the road. I think they're the better team offensively, and it's going to ultimately shine through in a game that's going to wind up being super close and super low scoring. I know, I ran over.
No,
we cheat here on Sports Around the Bar. What we do, you know?
I only say time, so
I know.
You know, because I know you got 20 other things you want to say.
Yeah, I mean, I could realistically, and I know you could too, we could realistically do an hour on each of these games, just on the games alone.
I think because of the 60 seconds, I get nervous and I fumble more than I normally would.
I know.
Like,
it's like there's a gun to the back of your head while you're talking, and you're like, I gotta say it all. I gotta say it all.
Oh, man. That was almost my game of the week, just because I think it's going to be that much fun to watch.
If they didn't start, and again, cheating again, if they didn't start so poorly, I think this could have been one of the best races between the Texans and the Colts. And I'm really excited to see what happens when they do play each other. Yeah. Because I think the Texans are in a much better place than when they started the year, and obviously the Colts have just been a freight train. Yeah. So, that's okay. We'll move on. We got another AFC South team, Drew, as the Jacksonville Jaguars go on the road to face the Las Vegas.
Oh, you're getting better.
Raiders. I'll relapse, I promise. Your time starts right now.
The Jags should use this game to bounce back and getting into the winning mode, because they can't keep losing games and expect to be anywhere in the playoffs, or maybe not going to win the division, but still be in the playoffs. This is a game you could do it. Etienne, Tootin, and Thomas Jr. all three, should have great outings against a team like the Las Vegas Raiders. It's a time to feed. It's time to get your playmakers doing better. It's time to bounce back, make it a winning effort. Jags should win this game. I'm taking the Jags to win this game. Raiders, ride this season out. Use Ashton Genty as much as you possibly can without overusing him. This is what you're going to focus on your offense. You need to see what you can utilize. You got to get him used to the offense and playing in the NFL. I'm not saying bench the guy and wait until next year. Use him, but don't Christian McCaffrey him. He needs to be used properly. This is also means you got to look at the future, and the future is going to be taking a quarterback in this next draft. Geno Smith is not it. Sorry, guys. That's it.
Yeah. That was you almost got the yellow flag, but I like that the Raiders are looking forward, right? Yeah. Like let's go get our quarterback. We're going to do an episode either this week or next where we talk about the quarterbacks that are coming out in the draft. This looks like a good draft for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like in the year that you need one, this is kind of where you want to be in a position to pick one. And it looks like the Raiders might be.
Yeah. Next matchup.
Let's do it.
You got the Saints going on the road to face the Rams. Your time starts now.
Lopsided is the word for this. The Rams are 13.5-point favorites, according to Vegas, at home against a team like the Saints that are going to be starting Tyler Shuck, which doesn't spell it that way. Totally, just absolutely messes me up every time I see it. Nowhere near how that spelling is. The Saints are bad at almost everything. The only thing you can say that they're good at is that they're 15th in defensive yards allowed. But they give up the points, so who cares? The Rams are, and conversely, good at everything they do when you consider they're 6th in yards for, 3rd in points against. Like, you go down the list, they're right around 10th. They're better everywhere. They even take the ball away well with a +3 turnover differential, and the Saints have a -2. It's hard not to take the Rams here, but the 13.5 points always makes me flinch. It's still a pro team, and the Saints have showed up for some of the games. They played the Bills well. They've had a couple other games that they've played close. I'm going to take the Saints to cover, but not to win this one. The Rams are going to win, I think, by like 9 or 10.
Oh, we got a couple of seconds.
I like the Rams. I think we're not talking about them enough. Not us. I'm saying, like, in football, we're not talking about them enough.
All right. We'll just go ahead and put this right here.
You can. I was going to use my last one for it, but that's all right. I mean,
it's already. I'll do my 60 seconds, and we'll go further.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's only fair that I have to do it. Go ahead.
In case you're wondering, we are going to be talking about the Kansas City Chiefs going on the road to face the Buffalo Bills, Drew. 60 seconds plus starts right now.
Chiefs can't play like they did against the Commanders in the first half. You can't tie a team like the Bills or give 2 interceptions and in 2 quarters and expect to beat a team like Buffalo is. You're going to have to do better. And to do better, they're going to have to figure out how to get the ball moving on the ground and through air quickly without waiting until the team adjusts. And you got to do it right off the bat. that's something I think the Chiefs are failing at right now that needs to be fixed. And to stop the Buffalo Bills, you have to stop James Cook. You can't allow that guy to take over the game. That will not be a win, especially when you saw him go over 200 yards last week. The Buffalo Bills, run the rock. Run it. And not even just with Cook and Allen too. One of the weaknesses that the Chiefs have is quarterback running the ball. We seem to give up a lot of yards there. This is a team that can do it very well with Allen. It's going to be tough. I'm going to take the Chiefs to win because I'm a homer, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills win this game.
Who needs this game more?
Oh, the Chiefs do. There's no doubt about it. You can't take 3 losses.
Even with the Patriots, the second hottest team in the NFL, like you said, or second best.
Yeah.
I know you're going power rankings wise, but
yeah, but
they should be feeling that heat on their shoulders too.
But if I remember correctly, the Bills haven't played the Patriots yet, right?
No, I don't think they have.
So they got 2 games with them, and that's why I wouldn't say it really matters for that.
Sure.
But
I don't know. I mean, you go back and talk about Vrabel's history against the Chiefs, and like he gets, even when he's not as good as his opponents, he gets his teams up for it. I think Buffalo's got a lot to worry about in those matchups.
You have one team to worry about, and that's the Patriots, because the Jets and Dolphins are not going to do it. The Chargers and the Broncos.
The Jets are out of it? Sorry, Jets fans.
The Broncos and the Chargers are right now, I mean, they have better records. The Chargers have a game over the Chiefs. I don't know if they have a better record, but they beat them. And you can't go 5-4 and expect this loss to be okay. You have to win this game. They've already put themselves kind of in that dud where it's you go to 4 losses. Now you're looking on the outside in.
Yeah, the record is the same, but
okay.
But like you said, they have at least right now they'll play again, but they have the tie.
Right now, the tie goes to the Chargers. Right. So yeah, I think the game's more important to the Chiefs than is the Bills.
Yeah, it is a 3-way race instead of a 2-way race, but I just feel like the Bills are a little more susceptible. When you talk about like the Chiefs struggled early, but then have kind of found their groove. They got Rice back. They look like they're good. I know the first half of that Washington game didn't look good, but what was the final on that? Was it like
bad?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like the final score was what, 28-7? Is that right?
Correct. Yeah, I think so.
So it's I'm.
This is my game of the week, by the way, guys.
Oh yeah, I mean, this isn't a bold statement, but it's my game of the week too. I'm just saying, like this is the game of the week. I don't think there's too many people saying that this isn't going to be fantastic. It's kind of the Brady Manning-esque matchup where this is this generation's Mahomes versus Allen.
So many AFC Championship games now in the past between these two teams. Like it's always a fun. You circle this game, this date on the calendar when these two teams play.
Absolutely, and I'm just hoping that the Bills can kind of hope to even the score a little bit, where it seems like almost always the Chiefs have had the upper hand in this. If we're going to continue to talk about this rivalry being like one of the best in football, the Chiefs got to get 1 or 2 of these things, right? I mean, I know they won a regular season game a couple years ago against them, but then they just haven't had the upper hand against the Chiefs enough for me to say it's like Manning and Brady. I still want to say that
we lose regular season games. The Chiefs do. The Chiefs lose regular season games to teams like this, and then we meet them again in the playoffs and beat them. The problem is we already have 3 losses. We take it into 4. And I don't think it's going to be seen in the playoffs.
And I am with you saying that the Bills probably are a little bit safer in terms of the Patriots because I don't know if the Patriots are going to finish the season as good as they've started it. Like you're going to have a couple drops in there, I think, for them.
We'll see.
These teams in the West, I think, are the real deal. When you're talking about the Chargers, I still think they're on like the ascending path with Harbaugh coming in there. You talk about Sean Payton and the Broncos and what he's been able to do this season where, again, slow start but looks pretty strong. This is an important matchup for both of these teams because for the first time in a long time, they actually both have a little bit of competition and the divisions are getting a little bit tougher around
It's
them.
very true. Both teams are not sitting at the top of their division.
We're not winning. Like, this isn't just for home field between the two of us right now. We got more to play for.
That is long gone in my opinion. But, well, not for the Bills. The Bills might still have an opportunity, but
I think the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs are 5-3.
Yeah, but they can't lose this game.
That's true. I think the Bills are saying the same thing. Like, we want first spot. We want to face Kansas City at home.
I think the Colts had the first spot. That's what I was like. If they're playing the Colts,
they've already burned both their Titans games. They're going to come back down to earth. They do have the Texans still. I mean, the Texans are the best defense in football. I could see them slipping there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where I think we'll get to see if Daniel Jones is the real
when that
deal.
hits. That will be my game of the week. I will definitely challenge that.
We didn't challenge that game though, so we got to move on. Like we didn't challenge the Colts. We're talking about.
Oh no, we're getting lost. We gotta move on.
That never happens to us, by the way.
Never. This is the first time ever. You get another matchup where you get Sorry, you get. Sorry, I'm laughing about. I'm laughing about how we never do it ever.
No, we don't. Never.
The Seahawks go on the road to face the Commanders. Your time starts now.
I bet you thought I'd challenge this one, but Drew, we're getting this one done in 60 seconds because the Seahawks are a very, very good team, and the Commanders are, I don't know. I mean, I felt like they played a good half against the Chiefs, especially with Marcus Mariota, who I don't have a ton of respect for, but he played well in that first half, and I was a little worried. There was like just that little bit of doubt that I told you beforehand I would start putting a little bit more respect on him if he managed to beat the Chiefs. Don't worry, he didn't. The question is Jaden Daniels coming back, and is he going to play in this game? Because they're going to need him. When you talk about the Seahawks that are 6th in points for and 7th in points against, they score, and they don't let teams score against them. I think even with Jaden Daniels, you're in some trouble considering Washington has had a bit of regression from last season. They're still not a bad team. It's just you see them kind of 17th in points for and 21st in points against. They're just kind of middle of the road right now. They're stuck in the middle. They need their starting quarterback back if they're going to see those numbers rise. This should be and is going to be all Seattle. They're going to cover that 3.5-point line.
Nice, man.
Anything you want to say in my 2.5 seconds? No? Okay.
No, I'm good. It's cheating.
I have a challenge flag left. So I guess for this next one, we're going to get to talk a little bit more about the Cardinals and Cowboys. I think we owe it to these franchises. First off, when was the last time we talked more about the Cardinals? I think we owe it to them. Give them a little bit more time.
In our quarterback rating, where
we
you wanted to give Murray a higher rating than I wanted to.
You had to bring it up, didn't you? Well, we'll talk Cowboys, too.
You asked.
A little more in-depth, Drew, because Monday night, you get the last game of the week as the Arizona Cardinals go on the road to face the Dallas Cowboys. Your time starts right now.
I'll put my 60 seconds in so we can at least do it the right way. Murray is questionable still with a foot injury. We'll see if he plays or not. The Cardinals are just beat up. They have 12 players on the IR, a few more out with just not being put on the IR. This is a beat-up team. It starts with their offense and running backs. It's not good for them. Murray is going to, if he's playing, this offense is better. It's just better because Murray's a better quarterback than
Jacoby
Brissett and anyone else they have on that roster. Cowboys, you got manhandled by the Broncos last week. Manhandled. It's a must-win game for you to stay in this race. Being 3-4-1, you can't lose a game like this and expect to be in the playoffs. Cowboys' offense is still good, even though they only put up 22 points, which seems like a lot, but not enough to beat a 44-point team. You got to do better. Cowboys, I'm going to take to win this game. It's going to be. It's not a good Monday night game. It's not.
It's a little confusing to see why you picked it in the first place, right?
Yeah.
I mean, why the Arizona Cardinals on Monday night against the Cowboys? I know they love getting the Cowboys in prime time. They have the biggest fan base in the NFL. Everybody, it makes sense from a financial standpoint. Putting the Cowboys
could be the
in.
Eagles. This could be the Giants.
But why this week is what I'm saying. Yeah,
it could be the Commanders on a Monday night for the Cowboys.
And I would have hated going into the season saying it's the Giants-Cowboys Monday night because we didn't expect the Giants to be this good.
There's not even a history between these two teams. Outside of Emmitt Smith, that's where he went after he left the Cowboys. I guess you could say that's the history.
And as far as this game goes, you did say that Kyler is better than Jacoby Brissett, but I'm ready for him to start playing like it, right? I mean, you look at it, as soon as Brissett came in, he's been keeping the games close. He's been battling. I know they've been losing some of these games with him in there, but they've been losing them close and kind of like he played the Colts down to the wire. So it's like, if Kyler Murray is going to stick around in Arizona now that he's getting a couple of years into this big contract he signed, you got to start showing us why it's on you. Maybe it's a Cliff Kingsbury thing, because when Kingsbury was there, we saw Kyler Murray at a much higher high than what we've seen since he's left. So this is kind of uncharted territory. The path is branching in front of us, Drew. Is Kyler Murray going to reestablish himself as the Cardinals franchise quarterback and say, this is why you're going to give me another contract, especially if he plays in a game like this against a bad defense like Dallas? Like, go put 35 points on the board. You have Marvin Harrison. You have Trey McBride as a tight end. You have some weapons against a bad defense. Go score a bunch of points and remind everybody, we got to get the rest of this roster fixed, and we can win a Super Bowl with me as your quarterback. If it doesn't turn out that way, maybe the Cardinals need to start thinking about moving on. And this is from a guy that I put fringe top 10 in our quarterback ranking before the season.
That's what you wanted to do.
But now, it's what we did. I made you do it. You didn't agree, but I made you do it. I'm starting to sour on it a little bit too. I mean, I hate to say it, but I wonder if it was just a Cliff Kingsbury thing. Because we've seen Jaden Daniels be really good with him. We saw Marcus not totally poop his pants against the Chiefs last night.
You're asking a lot of a guy that has a very banged-up team. I know that's what I talked about in my 60 seconds, but it's worth bringing up. They're down to their third-string running back, and their run game with James Conner is so important to that offense. when they lost him. I mean, I remember watching him getting carted off the field. You could see like every team member came to him, like how important he is to that team.
Yeah.
And then you're bringing Kyler Murray back from an injury. Yes, the Dallas Cowboys defense is not good, but you're asking a lot of a guy to play with not very much. I know you have Marvin Harrison Jr., but I'm not saying dud. I'm not saying a flop or anything like that, but it hasn't been
Step up.
It hasn't been what it should have been.
Just like Murray, step up. That's what we need to see here.
Trey McBride is a complete stud. That guy is.
He has stepped up.
He is playing so well. But you're going to be facing a team like the Dallas Cowboys, who really got embarrassed last week.
Against a good team, though.
Against a good team, but I'm not
I
talking
think even
about.
a lot of Dallas fans will tell you the Cowboys are not in a good place right now, right?
Well,
but they're like a different team every week. Like,
yeah,
you never know who's going to show up.
When I say embarrassed, is like 22 points is not enough for that offense.
Yeah.
They're not banged up.
Against the 5th-rated defense in football, though?
I know, but that's like, I get it.
This is what we got left,
but this
right?
is what you play on, right? This is your team. You're like, what are
Since
you guys?
we traded Parsons, yeah.
What are you guys good at?
Their corners are good. Their corners are good. And they take the ball away.
But as we've always said, it doesn't matter how good your corner is. If you can't rush the passer, then it doesn't matter because the corner is only good for like about 5 seconds, and then good luck.
Exactly. And we had a good edge rusher in Dallas, and we shipped him off for not enough, in my opinion. And it's crazy to say, well, we got a decent D tackle, or a good D tackle.
Good.
And but 2 first-round picks. Except it looks like those first-round picks are going to be like 28 or later. So you might as well have traded them for second-round picks. Again, that's water under the bridge. We can't complain about that. Let's talk about Dallas for just a minute, and then we'll wrap it up because I feel like Cowboys fans are like, wait a minute, they talk Cardinals the whole time.
I talked a little bit about them. I mean, you got an embarrassing loss, in my opinion, putting up just 20-some points against. It doesn't matter any defense in the NFL when your bread and butter is to put up points in
today's game. And you got to get above 22.
You're going to focus on your throwing game once again. Mm-hmm. Ferguson should never have just one target. That's the issue. You did not bring in your tight end to this passing game. I know that this
week, though. Like, all year he's been dominant, but this week, yeah.
Those linebackers in Denver are very good. They covered him well. The safeties did well against him as well. You got to get him involved, and you get him involved quickly. You get that tight end involved. That's where you see your safeties cheat up. You see your corners kind of cheat up, and then that's when you go to like Pickens and CeeDee Lamb to get those big plays. You have to start that. The Cowboys win this game. I mean, that's just plain simple. The Cowboys are a better team than the Cardinals right now, so they have to win.
Are they still a dark horse to make the playoffs?
Yeah, that's why.
Are they more than a dark horse to make the playoffs? Are they a favorite to make it? Maybe not win the division, but are they a favorite to make the playoffs, Drew?
I would have to have all the standings in front of me to know that for exact. But
yeah,
I would think that there's. I said it. I said 3-4-1 does not take them out of the playoffs. They have an opportunity to do it, but they can't lose games like this to the Cardinals.
Okay, I agree. I don't want to call it a must-win for the Cardinals because it kind of feels like they're treading water at this point, even with a backup quarterback. But you'd really like to see a win against a Cowboys team that, like you said, got embarrassed last week.
2-5, and
you lost to the Titans.
Yeah,
sell the franchise. It's over. It's over for you. Okay, I mean, like, there's no coming back from that.
It's too tough.
But like I said, it took like an interception that was fumbled in the end zone for that. It took your running back like not crossing, like Deshaun Jackson himself, where he throws it out of the back of the end zone before he gets into the end zone.
We're going back to the Cardinals talk, but if they were healthy, maybe. But they're too depleted, man.
I just think Dallas is hard to talk about. It's a different team every week. This is a team that tied with the Packers and then got like absolutely just destroyed by the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
I guess it just depends. Like, we're rolling the dice to see who shows up this week for Dallas.
Just to
is
clarify,
this the good Dallas team? Is this the bad Dallas team?
They played in Denver. Denver is a tough place to
arguably
play.
Like one of the most like unsettling places when you consider how high Mile High is up in the air.
Yeah,
I mean, it is truly different.
Yep. Yeah. It really is. It really is.
Okay, I think that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, that was it for Week 9 and our previews of all the games. Last minute stuff?
Yeah. Who would get right? Who would get wrong? Let us know in the comments down below. Did we get your team's prediction right? Do you like what we said? Do you not? Let us know down in the comments. We read and respond to everyone that we can. So let us know down below. Also, all the usual stuff with YouTube. Hit like, hit subscribe. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching.
Guys, that's it for Sports Around the Bar. This is Jake, and I'm Drew, and we'll see you next time.
See you Week 10.